Can I ask you something, Miss Evelyn? Do you know what her pain is? Because the only reason a person would behave in this manner.
We're not going to throw this behavior word around again. We're not going to do that. She does not have a behavior problem, and that's not fair.
First of all, your finger in my face is not going to work for me.
But the name calling is not going to work for me. Because I don't appreciate you keep throwing out these names. That is what about my disrespect? All I have been is disrespectful. I've been called. Wait a minute!
The audio kicks in with nothing but heavy breathing, sharp, shaky, panicked breathing, and the cold scrape of a chair dragging across tile. No talking, no yelling, just that tense sound that tells you somebody in that room is holding back an explosion. Anyone watching this messy family saga knows exactly what that means. People are seconds away from blowing up, even behind closed doors. This meeting was supposed to be private. No cameras, no fans stirring the pot, no strangers watching it unfold like a live show. Just one quiet sit-down after Toni dropped that wild confession, and Evelyn threw out that icy warning, "If you speak one more word, I will expose all of you."
Letting your mother run your life.
How dare he try to tell me how to raise my kids after he have abandoned us? He has some nerve.
Y'all have lives to live yourself, and she can't run her life, her home, and your home too.
And you know what? Had you been home long enough to help me to raise them, it wouldn't be such a problem. But where were you? Out there hanging in the street,
what did you do
doing
all
whatever
day?
you were
What
big
did you
enough
do
to do.
all day long?
What did you do?
What did you do?
Then boom, the screen cut to black. The whole internet went wild trying to guess what came next. And now suddenly the audio is out there, leaked like someone wanted the world to hear every tenth second. You can hear chairs scraping again, a door slamming so hard it echoes like somebody stormed out or stormed in. Lydia's voice jumps in, already trembling like she's running out of patience. Vanessa tries to play peacemaker, telling everyone to chill, but her voice is shaking too. Michael sounds exhausted, like he hasn't slept in days, like he's scared of what's coming next.
You don't steal anything.
You don't. You stole men.
Who's the man that I stole?
Tony's. You slept with them.
Oh, stop.
A few times.
Who? What man?
You not get the lead.
Oh, dirty low down ass.
Oh, you such a liar. Such a liar.
Then comes that voice, the one the whole world knows. The same voice that used to hype her mother up with so much love and respect. Toni. But this time, she doesn't sound like that polished celebrity who smiles through interviews and red carpets. This voice is raw, cracked, and carrying the weight of years she never said out loud. Like she's finally done holding everything in. She doesn't sound like a star anymore. She sounds like a daughter whose heart's been stepped on way too many times. A sister who finally sees just how deep the wounds really go. Her voice hits the room like a warning shot. "Sit down, Mother," she says, sharp enough to slice through the tension. "We're not doing your version tonight." And the silence that follows is so heavy, it feels like the whole room stops breathing.
Say some things out her mouth that are really cutting.
But your daughters are being held emotionally hostage to your ex-wife's bitterness towards you. You and her need to get on the same side of the table and free those girls. Because the elephant in the room that nobody will talk about is Evelyn Braxton's attitude.
Then Evelyn answers back with that low, dangerous tone everyone in this family knows too well. It's the kind of voice that tells you trouble has officially walked into the room. And the wild part? Nobody in that moment knows a tiny device is sitting somewhere in the shadows, recording every single word, every denial, every accusation. This isn't a show. This isn't a performance. This is a real family cracking open right in front of us, and the world was never supposed to hear it. When you hear what Evelyn admits in this leaked meeting, you'll understand exactly why Toni finally reaches her breaking point. The audio pops, hisses, then settles into that rough, untouched sound that no studio would ever approve. It's raw, unfiltered, the kind of audio that lets you hear the nerves in the air.
That she thought was right.
Pitiful lie, too.
And as long as you agree with her, she's fine. And it's the same thing with y'all. If y'all don't agree with her, she is pissed. And it's time for y'all to stop letting your mother run your life.
Let me know if you...
People stop breathing too loud because they know one wrong breath might set somebody off. A chair shifts, fabric brushes against fabric, a glass taps wood, tiny little sounds, but they hit like thunder because you can feel what's coming next. Whatever is about to be said in that room was never meant to spill outside those walls. This is the kind of conversation families bury so deep they pretend it never existed. Then a voice slices through the quiet, low, clipped, fed up. Everybody sit down. It's Toni, not her stage voice, not her press smile interview voice. This one is worn thin, scraped raw by years of disappointment. You can practically picture her jaw locked tight, her hand pressed flat on the table like she's holding herself together with one last bit of strength. A chair drags across the floor in defiance, and another voice answers, cooler, older, colder. I will not be ordered in my own family. And just like that, the room turns into a battlefield without anyone standing up. Evelyn drops that one cold sentence, and the whole internet loses its mind. That tone, sharp, icy, loaded, hits social media like a match in gasoline. Within minutes, someone on Twitter uploads a tiny snippet labeled "Leaked Audio, Toni versus Evelyn," and suddenly everybody's stopping what they're doing to listen. People are pausing their shows, pushing their plates away, turning the volume all the way up because they know drama like this doesn't drop every day. Back in the leaked audio, a younger voice jumps in. Then don't think of it as an order, Lydia says, her tone tight but steady. Think of it as the bare minimum, after everything you've done. Before anyone can answer, a small, bitter laugh slips out. Tawanda! Oh, now we're all brave because there's no camera, she mutters. Where was this energy 10 years ago? The shade is heavy, and you can hear it land. Someone, probably Vanessa, whispers, "Please, can we just talk without tearing each other apart?" But nobody in that room seems ready for peace yet. Then Michael clears his throat, and the sound is rough, like whatever he confessed earlier burned him up from the inside out. We don't get to talk like we used to, he says, voice low, tired. Everything's already out there. We can't go back. And the second he says that, the whole energy in the room shifts. It's subtle, but you can hear everyone realizing the truth. This conversation isn't something they can undo. Once these words leave their mouths, there's no rewinding, no pretending it didn't happen. This genie is out and nobody's getting it back in the bottle. Then Toni speaks again, and her voice is steady but sharp enough to draw a line in the floor. Mom, we are having this conversation tonight, she says. No cameras, no fans, no spin, just us. You threatened to expose all of us in front of 500,000 people. You owe us the truth. The room goes so still, you can almost hear people blinking. There's a beat of silence, and then the faint clink of jewelry. Evelyn adjusting her necklace, maybe crossing her arms the way she always does when she's thinking. And then she finally answers, slow and cold. I owe you. Those 3 words drop heavier than anything said so far. Evelyn repeats it again, cold, steady, untouched by emotion. I owe you. The whole room freezes, but Lydia snaps fast, her voice hitting like a lightning strike. He died calling your name, she says, and her voice breaks on that last word like it's too heavy to hold. The audio glitches for a second, like somebody smacked the table with their whole hand. You weren't there when Dad died, Lydia forces out, her breath shaking. You were in the parking lot with his brother, and then you lied to all of us about it. And that word, lied, drops like a hammer. You can feel the weight of it smashing through the room. As soon as the clip hits social media, people play that moment over and over in slow motion. Lydia's voice, raw and shaking, repeating that line becomes its own wildfire. Fans start writing long threads about daughters who were told their memories were wrong, about families rewriting history to protect the wrong people. Women in their 50s and 60s flood the comments saying, "I felt this in my bones," because they know exactly what that pain sounds like. Back in the recording, Evelyn pulls in a sharp breath, the kind you take right before you throw a wall up. "I am not having this conversation again," she says, ice in every syllable. We agreed, but before she can finish, Toni cuts her off. "No," Toni says, voice slicing right through the tension like she's finally done pretending everything is fine. "You decided!" Her voice shakes, but she doesn't back down for a second. "You decided what we were allowed to say. You decided what we were allowed to remember." Every word gets louder, tighter, like she's been holding this in for years. You can hear her stand up. The chair legs slam against the floor with a dull, heavy thud, and suddenly the room isn't calm anymore. It's a storm about to break. "You decided I would go out there and defend you," Toni says, and her voice is shaking but strong. Years of interviews, years of documentaries, years of me sitting under bright lights saying, "My mother never stole from us. My mother never lied." Then she lets out one short laugh, sharp, bitter, completely empty. "And then Michael reads those messages," she goes on. "He reads your words, hide the will, hide the truth, make Lydia look confused." That wasn't some rumor. That was your voice, Mom. The silence that follows feels like concrete dropping onto the whole room. Vanessa finally speaks, but her voice is thin, like she's trying not to break. "We all saw the texts, Mom," she says. "We saw the transfers. We saw the accountant emails. We saw the note Dad left." There's a rustle of paper, and you can hear someone, probably Michael, slide something across the table. "This is what I can't get past," Toni says, and her voice trembles now, not from fear, but from heartbreak that's been piling up for years. "He asked you to tell us the truth in his own handwriting. He didn't ask you to protect us. He didn't ask you to protect the brand. He asked you to tell us the truth." A heavy thump blasts through the audio, someone's fist slamming the table. The emotion behind it shakes the room. "You buried it," Toni whispers, and the whole room feels like it's leaning toward her next word. "Just like you buried everything else." Her voice drops, but somehow hits even harder. Meanwhile, over on X, an account claiming to be an insider posts a blurred-out photo of what they say is the father's handwritten note. The internet explodes instantly. Parts of the letter are blacked out, but one line is perfectly visible. "If there is anything you do after I'm gone, let it be this. Be honest with them." People zoom in, screenshot it, repost it, argue about whether it's real, but everyone can feel the weight of that one sentence. It lands like a confession the world wasn't supposed to see. The post hits 1 million views in under an hour, and by then the audio is burning through the internet like wildfire. Back in the recording, Towanda lets out a long, hard exhale, like she's been holding that breath for years. "We covered for you," she says, voice flat but hurting. "All of us. I sat in Lydia's apartment and told her she was seeing things. I told her she was paranoid. I told her stress was making her dramatic. Every word sounds like regret finally breaking loose." Lydia lets out a sound that's half laugh, half sob, exhausted, frustrated, fed up all at once. "You told me to stop making stories up," she says. "You said I was embarrassing the family. You made me apologize to her." And the pain in her voice is so sharp it almost cuts through the speakers. "I know," Towanda whispers, her voice cracking. and I was wrong. It hangs there for a second, an apology that came way too late. But Evelyn scoffs loud enough to shake the whole mood. "Oh, please," she says. "Now everyone's a martyr because the internet got involved. None of you were complaining when my control paid for your schools, your houses, your careers. You liked the money just fine." And she spits out that last word like it's the real enemy in the room. And there it is. Money. The word sitting like a bomb at the center of this entire mess. Michael's voice sharpens instantly. "The money Dad left for our kids," he says, "wasn't yours to move? You changed the will and then told me to lie about it. You benefited from it." His voice hits like steel. Evelyn snaps right back. "Don't you dare pretend you didn't sign the documents!" He fires back even louder, almost shaking the mic. "I signed what you put in front of me after you told me it was temporary. You said you are the only one I can trust. You said if anyone asks, we'll say Lydia misunderstood." A chair scrapes again, Lydia this time leaning forward like she's done holding anything in. "You weaponized me," she says, every word thick with years of being dismissed. "You made me the crazy one so no one would take me seriously." And the room goes silent in that heavy, dangerous way that means the worst truth has just been spoken aloud. "You drained my kid's future and then looked me in my face and said I should be grateful." Michael's voice lands like a punch, and the whole room feels it. Then Vanessa jumps in, usually the calm one, the peacemaker, but even she's cracking under the weight of everything spilling out. "Mom, they're not making this up," she pleads. "I saw the transfers, I saw the emails, the accountant, Michael's name on statements he never opened, Lydia's trust drained and marked as reallocation. How do you explain that?" Her voice is begging for something. Truth, closure, anything that makes sense. Evelyn's tone sharpens instantly, like a blade being pulled out. "I explain it," she says, icy and confident. "As a mother doing what she had to do to keep this family from falling apart. Your father trusted me. The courts trusted me. The lawyers trusted me. I did what needed to be done." Her voice hits the air like a slammed door. "And you lied about it," Toni says quietly, but the quiet makes it even louder. "To them, to me, to the world." Her voice doesn't tremble. This time it cuts straight through the tension. "You lied, and you used my face to sell that lie." Someone shifts, a glass clinks, and the room feels charged, like static before lightning hits. Toni keeps going, her voice finally rising with everything she's held in for years. "Do you know what it's like?" she asks, voice shaking but strong. "To go on national television and vouch for someone who has lied straight to your face?" Her breath catches, but she pushes through. "Do you know what it's like to look fans in the eyes and say, 'My mother never mishandled our money,' while she's moving accounts behind our backs?" The anger and heartbreak mix in her voice until it feels like the whole room might crack open with her next sentence. "Do you know what it's like?" Toni says, breath unsteady. "To find out that while I was out there singing about heartbreak, you were in a parking lot with your husband's brother, while he died alone." The last word hits the room like thunder, and nobody moves for a full second because the truth is finally out, and there's no walking it back. The room blows up instantly. No build-up, no warning, just chaos snapping loose. "Watch your mouth," Evelyn spits, sharper than any slap could ever land. But Toni fires right back without flinching. "No! You watch yours!" Her voice hits like a brick. "You started this when you typed in that chat. If you speak one more word, I will expose all of you." Her voice drops low, cold, dangerous, the kind of tone that means she's way past done. "So go ahead," she says. Say what you were gonna say. Expose us. Tell them what you've been holding over our heads all these years. You can almost feel the room leaning in like it's bracing for an explosion. Vanessa whispers, panicked. Toni, don't! But Toni spins on her so fast you can hear the air shift. Why not? She snaps. We've all been walking around this house scared of what she might reveal, scared of what story she might twist next. Meanwhile, she's the one who destroyed Dad's last days. She's the one who stole from our children. She's the one who turned us against each other. Evelyn's hand slams against the table so hard the mic shakes. I did not steal, she yells. Then what do you call it? Lydia cuts in, her voice trembling with rage that's been building for years. Because where I come from, taking money that isn't yours and hiding it is called stealing. The whole room freezes for half a second before Evelyn snaps back. I moved what needed to be moved, she says, like the words are armor. I kept this family afloat while the rest of you were too busy chasing fame, chasing sympathy, chasing your feelings. Every syllable lands like she's throwing stones. A chair creaks, slow, soft, and someone stands. It's Vanessa. Her voice is quiet, but it hits harder than any shout in the room. I chased your approval, she says softly. That's what I chased. And suddenly the whole room goes still, like the air got sucked out. I said what you wanted me to say in interviews, she continues, voice shaking but steadying with every word. I repeated the lines you fed me, even when they made me feel sick inside. The silence that follows is heavy, thick, full of things nobody wanted to admit until right now. She keeps going, her voice soft but shaking like she's finally letting years of truth spill out. I posted what you told me to post, Vanessa says. I defended you when my own friends told me something felt off. I kept telling myself you knew best, that you loved us, that this was how mothers loved. Her voice cracks wide open. And all this time, you were just protecting yourself. The words land with a weight nobody speaks on for a full second. Someone's breathing hitches, fast, uneven. It might be Evelyn's, but the audio is too raw to tell. Then Evelyn mutters, low and tired. You think you know everything? You think one note, one nurse, one leaked clip of audio means you understand what I was carrying? Toni's voice slices in before she can go any further, controlled, but hanging by a thread. Then explain it, she says. Explain the affair. Explain the will. Explain the night Dad died. Explain why Lydia's DNA test exists. Her voice tightens, stronger with each word. Explain why you told me for years that she should be grateful to be here. Explain why you turned Vanessa into your spokesperson and Michael into your shield. The recording crackles, harsh and shaky, like someone brushed the mic with their sleeve or leaned too close. Toni doesn't stop. She presses harder, each word hitting like a drum. Explain what you meant when you said you would expose all of us. Then it comes. A silence so long and heavy it feels like the whole world stops breathing. The kind of silence that makes the hair on your arms stand up. If you were in that room, you wouldn't even dare blink. Because whatever Evelyn says next might be the truth they've all been running from. If you want the next explosive chapter the moment it drops, hit subscribe to Juicy Reel. You do not want to miss what comes next.